Hey everyone, welcome to another week on Pagan Perspective. I'm your Monday, Kyle, and this week is the moon. This is like my 20th time doing this video because my mom keeps on interrupting me. Go take a shower, Mom. Please, give me some peace and quiet. Anyway, sorry for that awkward intro. I was like, the whole time. I don't know why. Anyway, as you guys know, the topic of the week is the moon. In my practice, the moon is not actually the goddess herself up in the sky. Um, it's like a symbol or representation of her on Earth. And the same thing for the sun or the god. It's not really their representation of him or symbol of him on Earth. What else? There is five main phases of the moon. And each one has its own special attributes for certain spells. So if you want your spells to have the best effect, you should do it during this certain time period of the moon, phase of the moon, so you have the best outcome. That's the word, outcome. Okay, so there's the new moon. It's the first stage of the moon, although the moon doesn't really have any first, second, third stages. It's after the dark moon, and it is now going back to getting full. The new moon is good for new beginnings, fresh starts, optimism, hope, and faith. After that, there's the waxing moon. The way I remember this is that when people used to make candles back in the olden times, they would have a wick, and then they put it into the hot wax and take it in, out, in, out, in, out. And as they put it back in and took it out again, more layers of wax would form on the actual kind of old layers of wax that you just put on, and it would get bigger and bigger, and the waxing moon is getting bigger, and it'll get to the full moon. So that's how I remember it for school and stuff. The waxing moon is good for building spells, accomplishments, creativity, strength, growth, learning, and positive transformation. So, you would do a non-smoking, like the stop smoking spell during the new moon because you want to start new and stop smoking. So that's a little like example, I guess. Then after the waxing moon is the full moon. The full moon is pretty much good for anything because the power of the goddess is at her greatest, and she's pregnant, like the mother, and so you don't really have to do the things that are on here, but you could really do it for anything that you want because once again, she is at her fullest power. The full moon is good for abundance, harvest, wish fulfillment. So if you want to make a wish for more money, which you would do during drawing down the moon. And sorry, this is all over the place, but as I talk more, they pop into my head. Drawing down the moon is when you stand underneath the full moon, and you bring the power energy of the goddess within you, and you make a wish for what you want in the next month. So let's say I want to wish for good grades on tests. Kind of retarded, but you know. Then I would draw down the moon into me. So you stand under her, go like this. You don't really have to go like this. Do whatever you feel like, and then just feel her power going into you and filling you up. It'll feel kind of weird, and you'll feel once you're done with it, you'll feel blessed and not necessarily like powerful, like you're gonna go vanquish a demon, but like powerful in ways of like thinking and positive energy. Also for the full moon, it's manifesting desires, also kind of wishing, sexuality, achieving all dreams, and protection. During the full moon, you can do protection spells for your house, home, yourself, your pets, your friends, your family, your health, whatever really you want to do. Then after the full moon is the waning moon. That's when the moon is getting smaller and smaller, and then it'll go into the dark moon. But for the waning moon, spells that you can do are letting go, clearing away, cleansing, releasing, shedding old patterns, undoing bindings, opening up problem knots, and making space. So it's really time to let things go, and if you're having a problem in the home, with your friends, with your coworkers, whatever, you're fighting with someone, this is a good time to kind of let it go and make amends with your enemy, frenemy, whatever you want to call them. Sorry, I thought my mom was coming out again. I was going to kill myself. Then there's the Dark Moon. I don't really do spells during this period because I feel that the goddess is not really there, and she's kind of resting. So I rest too after the full month, and kind of go back and think of what I did during the month. Does that make sense to you guys? But if you were going to do a spell, it would be divination, contacting the guru within, and letting things die away completely. So it's pretty much just another time to let things go, and kind of relax and just think about what's happening in your life, and try to think about ways to plan ahead, be proactive, and kind of fix them. And then after the Dark Moon, it starts all over again with the New Moon. Also, there's the Blue Moon. I'm pretty sure it's happening in December of this year, the 31st, 30th, 21st, somewhere around 21st to the 31st. A blue moon is not blue at all. I don't think there's ever been a blue moon in history at all. And it's kind of just a second chance to do the spells that you would do during the full moon, and it's kind of like a second chance for wishing again, and it's just a good thing overall. And it happens every 2.5 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know there's a 2 in there somewhere. Back in ancient times, they would harvest their crops to the moon cycles, and the harvest moon, which was last night, what the harvest moon is the first full moon after the autumnal equinox. When the harvest moon would come, they would know to harvest their last crops and then bring them into the home. And so without the moon, a lot of stuff would not have happened, and a lot of people would have died, because they wouldn't know like when to do things. Not necessarily spells, but more like farming, home stuff. What a lot of people connect with the moon is the menstrual cycle. If you guys know what the menstrual cycle is, it's like a girl's period, and it's when the egg is shed out of the uterus and comes out in menstrual blood. So that happens once a month, so people would connect that with the moon cycle. This video is kind of getting long, so I'm going to end it now. And if you guys have any more questions, or if you want to add in your own input, feel free to make a video response to any one of our videos this week, and even any other week if you want to add in something. Feel free to do it. We love hearing what you think. And also, next week is Ask Us Anything. So send in questions, not just necessarily pagan related, but about us, what you want to know about us. We'll answer them all truthfully. Nothing perverted though, because that's kind of immature, not gonna lie. But hope you enjoyed this video, and although it is long, I think it was pretty good. One of my better ones. So I shall see you all next Monday, and have a great week. Blessed be.